My name is Fred, and this is the second video introducing the CAS tool. Here we'll make tangent lines using the CAS tools, and we'll make all the steps from the very start to the line. It can help the students understand the theory behind how to make tangent lines and how to derive a function. So I'll open up the CAS window, and I'll have my task here, and I'll make the function f of x colon equal to x squared plus minus 6x plus 5. Now I've got it, and I want to use the point x1 equals to 2, and it means that the y1 is equal to f of x1. I could maybe, as always, make the most important graph colored red, and then I'll make a point here, a equals to x1 comma y1. I'll get it drawn in the graphics window. Then I'll make the derivative f mark of x, that is, just to let the students check that they can do it by themselves. And the slope is a equals to f mark of x1 minus 2. Now I get to the formula for the tangent, and I will make it as a function, f tangent or something like that, colon equal, to make it drawn, a times x minus a times x1 plus y1. You have to argue with students that this formula actually is alright. But here you can see it, and I'll just make that one blue to make clear what happens. This is dynamic as ever, so if I change the value here to 4, the whole thing will change. I could just move it a little bit to make it more obvious. And especially if I change it to 3, I'll get this tangent line, which is a very special one. If I change it to 5, I'll get it in one of the roots. So that completes the first task here. Right to you. And here comes the second one. And for doing that, I'll remove all the former ones. Goodbye and goodbye. So now I have a clear window. So I want to make a slider now. A slider for x1. So here I'll make the slider, and I'll name it x1. I'll move the window a little bit, if I can do that. Here. And the function is the same one. Well, I took it away, but I'll retype it. X squared minus 6x plus 5. It is dynamic, and it will work with any other function as well. I could just draw a little bit in the axis, like this one. And I have to redo my work here, making it red and a little bit wider, like that. So again, I'll find the point with x1, and at the moment it is 1. I just pressed return, and you see if I change the slider, I'll change the x1. Should we make it in 2 as before? y1 equals f of x1, and as before, the slope is f mark the derivative of x1. I didn't show the derivative itself. And the line was f tangent of x colon equals to a times x minus a times x1 plus y1. I got it, and I'll just make it blue. Okay, and I haven't done my point. A equals to x1 comma y1. I got my point. Now if I move the slider, everything else will move interactively, dynamically, and I can move it around. And again, if I change my original function, minus 4x plus 3, everything will work as well, and still with the slider. It will be a little bit more odd if I change the function to x to 3 minus 4x squared plus 3x, like that one, but still it will work. It is interactive, it is dynamic. And this ends the second video on CAS tool.